Hey everybody, it's Mrs. Cantrell again, and we're here today for the second chapter of Ivy and Bean. And yesterday we were reading chapter 1 where Bean's mom was trying to get her to befriend Ivy. That means make friends with her, but Bean just didn't think she wanted to be friends with Ivy. So today we're going to look at chapter 2, and chapter 2 is Bean hatches a plan. So let's see what happens. Does Bean decide she wants to be friends with Ivy, or does she continue to play on her own? It all began because Bean was playing a trick on her older sister. Bean's older sister was named Nancy. She was 11. Nancy thought Bean was a pain and a pest. Bean thought Nancy was a boogerhead. Ever since she turned 11, Nancy had been acting like she was Bean's mother. She ordered Bean around in a grown up voice. Comb your hair. No more pretzels. Brush your teeth. Say please. So there you can see her older sister Nancy kind of telling Bean what to do. Look at Bean's face. What does the picture tell us about how Bean feels about that? I don't think she feels very good, do you? Bean's mother said that Nancy was going through a stage. Bean knew what that meant. That meant Nancy was bossy. Bean also knew that nobody likes bossy kids, so she was trying to help Nancy be done with her stage. Here's how she helped. She bugged Nancy until Nancy freaked out. Bean thought this was pretty helpful. The afternoon that Bean got her great idea, she was shopping with her mom and Nancy. Actually, Bean was being dragged along by her mom and Nancy. Bean hated shopping. Nancy loved it. Nancy was trying on skirts, lots of skirts. She put on a purple skirt. She looked at her front in the mirror, then she turned to the side, then she turned around and tried to look at her behind. Looks good, said Bean. Let's go. Be patient just a little longer, Bean, said Bean's mother. I think it's cute, honey, she said to Nancy. Nancy looked in the mirror some more. Do you think the pockets are dumb? I like the pockets, said Bean's mom. So this is where it says Bean is coming up with an idea. Wonder what that idea is going to be. Here's the next picture. You see Mom, you see Nancy, and then look at Bean. Does she look like she's having a good time? Not to me. Get it! Get it! Moaned Bean. She had never been so bored in her entire life. She was so bored, she fell on the floor. Then she took a tiny peek up at the lady in the dressing room next door. Yow! Get up, Bean, said her mother, this minute. Bean got up and sat on the triangle seat again. She waited. Nancy looked at herself. I kinda like it, Nancy said, but it costs $40. That's all my money. I could get 2 shirts for $40. Don't be a tightwad, said Bean. She had just learned that word. It meant someone who didn't like to spend money. Don't call your sister a tightwad, said Bean's mom. Bean saw Nancy's eyes looking at her in the mirror. Tightwad, Bean mouthed without any sound. Nancy's eyes got narrow and so quick that their mother didn't see. She stuck out her tongue. You see her in the picture? Then Nancy turned to their mother and said, I think the skirt costs too much, Mom. I think I'd rather try on some tops. Bean knew then that Nancy was being slow on purpose, just to drive her crazy. Bean thought about kicking her in the shin, but then she got the idea. It was a great idea. It was also a helpful idea, one that would teach Nancy not to be such a tightwad, and best of all, her idea would make Nancy freak out. "You'll be sorry," Bean mouthed to Nancy. So if she mouthed it, she just said it like this. That way, their mom didn't hear, right? Is Bean being kind to her sister? I don't know if coming up with a plan is a great idea. But that ends chapter 2. So you'll have to come back tomorrow for chapter 3. By the way, chapter 3 tomorrow, I'm going to read on our Zoom session. So if you'd like to hear chapter 3, tune into our Zoom sessions. We have 2 scheduled, one at 2 o'clock and the other one at 6 o'clock, both in the afternoon. So I hope to see you there, and you'll get to find out what happens in chapter 3. Ooh, it's called The Ghost of Pancake Court. What does that have to do with an idea for Bean's sister? What is that idea going to be? Come back tomorrow and we'll find out.